I had got a hold of some liquid chromium reefer. Yeah. Now, when I smoked this liquid chromium reefer, it was a little bit different than the other reefer that I normally smoke. I choose to smoke the top of the line reefer when I decide to go out and purchase my reefer. Now, when I went into this state of my mind, I always try to find the answer to things that we all think we have an answer to fuck for. I mean, things in general, like we know Hawaii is sinking. We know that the government is going to continue to do things that it's always been doing, which is manipulating people and believing that they're going to do things for them, and when they get in office, they don't seem to fucking do it. We all know those answers. But when I smoked this motherfucking liquid chromium reefer, yeah, it brought me to a conclusion that we all thought we knew the answer to. Yeah. All men are motherfucking players. That's what the reefer and the chromium told me. And when the chromium spoke to me, I was a little dumbfounded because I normally speak to my reefer and I kind of looked to see what was saying, what was asking me, I should say. It was chromium. I said, well, who are you? He says, I'm chromium. I says, really? I says, where's the reefer? I'm right here. And it scared me because it's consistent of two put together, a mixture of a narcotic, if you will. Yeah, that's just what it is. That's what they said it is, according to the book when I read up on when you take mushrooms from San Francisco, you crush them down, you put them in the liquid chromium tube, the tube that you put AIDS in. You know the tube that they have, not the glass one. They usually put hepatitis and herpes in glass tubes, but when you got AIDS or something of that nature, it usually goes into a chromium steel tube, yeah. And you have to put that in there and shake it up and put it on a fan. Yeah, you get you one of those metal fans that rotates about 482,000 times per minute. You tape it on there, some duct tape. You tape it on there and you turn it on, let it run around for about a minute and a half. You got enough RPMs, and you take that liquid, you pour it into a bag that has reefer in it. A shake and bake bag is a pretty decent bag, and you throw it on the table and you let it swell up and it'll bust, and it's done. That's how you know you got liquid chromium reefer. I know. That's how the reefer told me I made this shit. I don't remember making it, but when he was telling me how it was made, I kind of started remembering doing it, but I didn't really remember doing it. Now, I asked the chromium reefer, what did he mean when he said that all men are players? And he broke it down, and the reefer said, boy, you better listen. I said, okay. He said, Maxine, you got to think back to when you was just a little young boy. Yeah, a boy. And you used to sit and watch all the girls play hopscotch. Yeah, they would jump in and jump out and do all the wonderful things. They would play on the ground. They would play tetherball. And then that infamous game they called the double dutch jumping rope contest. Yeah. I remember those days. That's what I had said to the reefer. And the reefer just kind of looked at me like, shut up and listen. I said, okay. And why these women are jumping in and out of this jump rope, you're sitting there wanting to get in because you like one of the girls that's doing that real infamous thing that they call the moonwalk. Yeah, in the jump rope, way before Michael Jackson brought the shit onto the scene. And when they get done doing what it is that they doing, they always do what they do. You know what girls do? They look over, he's cute over there, and you hear them whispering, but you ain't for sure if they talking about you, the one that's cute. And then they kind of look over as if they trying to figure out which one of these young boys are going to be a participant in their double dutch jumping session. Yeah. And it's hoping that it's going to be you. And everybody that's sitting there with you, all young boys, are sitting there saying the same thing in their mind. I'm hoping they'll pick me. I want to get in. The point to it was, what the chromium was trying to tell me was that what makes us all players is that we are waiting to jump into the game of a woman's life that has been orchestrated by her and her friends. Yeah. So basically, we ain't nothing but fucking pawns that are sitting waiting to be played on a chessboard that is orchestrated by the most powerful piece on the board, which is the queen, not the king, because the king can only go one place at a time. The queen can go in every fucking room in the house of the castle. The king, he has to go to room at a time. And if you do not execute the orders of the queen, now see, this is what makes you a good player. if you can execute diligently without the queen ever having to tell you, watch out for that over there, oh, take care of that, turn that light out, did you make sure we got food to eat this evening? See, she shouldn't have to say any of those things because you are the king, and the king is the executor of the will of the queen. Yeah, it's deep. I was fucked up, y'all, when I heard all this shit, and I was looking at the chromium like, man, where the fuck did you get this shit at? And the reefer again, it told me, shh, quiet, boy. I said, okay. The moral to it basically was this, Maxine. This was the reefer and the chromium decided to come together and tell me. We ain't nothing but participants waiting to jump into the game of life that's being orchestrated by the queen, which is the woman, which makes me, you, and every other motherfucker with a set of nuts players that are waiting to be a participant in the game of life that's been orchestrated by the queen, which is the woman. She has all the power on the chessboard, and if you, the king, cannot execute the knights, the rooks, the bishops that protects the castle, which is the castle of the queen, she will sacrifice your ass and put you in the basement with all the other talking pawns with their heads cut the fuck off, and when you get down there, they're going to say, man, what happened to you? I wasn't paying attention, wasn't playing the game well. According to the queen, she had me sacrifice for another pawn she took to the other end of the board, which made him king. Now, I'm down here with y'all, yes, so I had came to from that state of mind, and I realized I need to become a better man and be a real, true, live player when it comes to being with a woman, yeah, because that's all the fuck I am. I'm a participant wanting to get in her game of life. I'm Maxine Alexander. That's just another dark session on liquid fucking chromium reefer I invented one day in a high state of mind and didn't remember, and was brought to me on how I made it by the liquid chromium reefer. It's fucked up, y'all. I know. I need help. I'm out. Peace.